Hola, ¿cómo estás? Another day, another win. I hope you guys are doing well. Today's gonna be a different one, man. This is the first reaction video ever on this channel. And today, as you guys have already kind of figured in the intro, we're going to Puerto Rico. Yes, sir. So I'm going to be reacting to Benito's halftime performance, Super Bowl performance. That is the 26th, I think it should be. The crazy performance. I think probably like one of the best performances I've ever watched. I mean, I love Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, he's in my, I should say, top 5 favorite artists. I love Spanish music, by the way. So yeah, man, this is gonna be a good one. And with that being said, let's get into it. Man, I'm super excited.
The Super Bowl halftime is uniquely its own type of show. I know of no other show that aspires to such huge production value, but also then has these built-in limitations that are impossible.
I was like, the moment that somebody sees somebody walking out in a little costume, it's gonna go viral.
Yeah, it really did. That's crazy. It really did, man. Whoa, bro! Like, if you were on like Instagram or social media at the time they were playing the Super Bowl, I remember watching these clips. Man, they went crazy, insane.
I didn't even think I made it all the way through the tunnel before my team has caught me walking, and we're just like,
A
Mo,
lot of people.
do you see this? The grass buddies have gone viral.
Yeah,
I went to
remember watching
sleep
this.
that night and got tagged in something and woke up with 100,000 likes and comments.
Okay, Pod A, if you have all of your stuff on, head over to the corner of the tent. We're gonna get this watering process started.
Bro, think about it, bro. All these people, just for them to be trees, bro. Would you do it? Would you do it just to be a tree? I would do it. I would definitely do it, man.
Bad Bunny is the biggest artist on the planet.
Bad Bunny in the building.
We're very fortunate that we get to partner with a company like Rock Nation. They are phenomenal at
Jay-Z.
finding the right talent at the right time.
My biggest pleasure is just create, have fun doing it, and connect with the people.
Bad Bunny is the cultural center of music.
And with him, he's got a creative team and a creative force and a production team. They said, we're going to create a set design that is like a...
Bro, if you guys don't know Bruce Rogers, I definitely recommend you to like go check him out. He's the creative guy behind, I think pretty much all the, I wouldn't say all the Super Bowls, but the recent ones from like Kendrick Lamar, Rihanna, pretty much these past years. I don't know since when, but I would say maybe like from the early 2000s, I should say. But all these recent Super Bowl halftime performances, he's the creative guy. He's the main guy, this guy right here, Bruce Rogers. So make sure you check him out for sure.
daytime experience in Puerto Rico.
It was representing the country and the crops, the agriculture, the kind of vegetation that you find on this beautiful island. We went to Puerto Rico, which was so important and so amazing. You walk around and you talk to people and you see the architecture and you experience the culture and you see the like Piragua guy selling the eye.
Bro, hold on, bro. The team had to go to Puerto Rico first just for the experience. Bro, do you know how crazy that is? That's insane. What? Go to Puerto Rico first and just have the experience, just have the feeling, and then go back on the drawing board just for a 20 minutes performance. Bro.
And you know, you live it and breathe it.
Benito loves greenery, as you saw in his presidency and on a lot of his other performances. He loves the lushness of it. I think it's a big reminder of Puerto Rico to him.
I think the beginning process of every design is probably the hardest because you sit down in front of your computer on a sketchpad and you think, okay, how the hell do I start this?
Oh, wow.
The entire field of grass.
Ooh, bro. What is this?
Had different sections. So it was divided between sugarcane, banana plantains, grass.
Wow.
It was almost like a jigsaw puzzle.
Wow.
But we can't do that with carts.
Oh, bro, look at that, bro. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But, bro, just look at this, bro. Like, this is some serious planning right here. This is some serious planning right here, bro. Bro, what is this? Bro, this just shows you the amount of work that goes behind these productions, guys. Like, bro, these guys are serious. This is way beyond seriousness.
It's because there's only a finite amount of space that you can put carts on an NFL field.
There were so many limitations as to how much weight we could bring out. The field of play needs to be extremely protected from any heavy pieces. So everything that we brought in the field had to be weighed and engineered so that it wouldn't damage the grass.
It became about practicality and reality as well, right? It required a completely unique approach. It required an approach that
Bro, they had to sketch each and every frame.
I've never seen done before anywhere.
That's where I had this idea, sort of out of desperation. Why don't we just make them costumes?
Oh, wow. Wow.
The biggest concern from an artistic side was, what are these things gonna look like? That was the biggest concern.
It needed to feel real.
Wow.
We wanted to feel like no one's actually there. So for months, we would look at these pictures and I would send pictures of grass. And they'd be like, oh, Mo, that feels cool, but that feels more like a bush and not so much like sugarcane.
Oh, wow.
So it was a lot of
Bro.
like, what's the best way to do this? How do we do this? This thing went through 4 different prototypes, right? We built it this way. There was a complete tunic, and the tunic was built in layers. And each layer had to then be hand sewn all the way around.
My first thought was, this is a great Halloween costume for this year. So when we showed up in rehearsals, the first day I walk in and I get pulled into a meeting, I got the risk management guy, I have the labor representative that's representing the grass people, I got DPS guys, and they're like, we got a problem. What's the problem?
Is this gonna be safe? What's happening? We need to know. What happens if they fall?
That they can't breathe, that they can't see.
Oh, it's too heavy, it's too hot, all those things.
Right.
And I just kind of looked around, I said, anything else? Yeah, everybody was like, what do you mean anything else? Yeah, anything else? And they're like, no, that's it. Okay, good.
And Rolly was like, well, I'll just put it on. Rolly suits up. Rolly goes running down the side of the field and he throws himself on the ground. He gets up, he goes, it's safe. I just fell down, nothing happened.
Wow. The key here is to push down. This is the key.
Bro, if there's one thing in production that people are very, very cautious of, is safety. Safety, bro. Safety is the number one thing. Because, I mean, you wouldn't think as much damage would happen putting on like a glass costume. But, bro, these guys, they had to pay attention, bro. Attention to detail. That's insane.
Because I can see where I'm going. I walked around, I danced, I did what I needed to do.
He turns to everyone else and he's like, anything else? And everyone's like, nope, we feel pretty good about it now.
Wow.
We are here.
Bro, and all that was happening 6 hours pre the actual game. I mean, I believe, they had like weeks and weeks of like planning and all that. But all this right here, everything that we have just watched was happening 6 hours prior to the game, bro.
It is Super Bowl 60 time. The Hawks against the New England Patriots.
We start them in their lines. They're in their sweatsuits underneath. We've got sweatsuits, we've got gaiters, we've got safety glasses. And then the very first piece of grass that touches their body is what we call a tunic. The tunic goes over their shoulders with their harness.
Usher.
Then they meander their way to their next station, which is arms. And then we end it by putting on a grass hat.
Wow. My team's pretty good and pretty quick, so I anticipate we're gonna get done pretty fast on our end. We have like a team of, I feel like 50 people just kicking butt today. Everybody's locked in and focused, and you can feel the positive energy off of everybody today. It's really exciting.
Wow, it's a lot of people.
Cameras, let's go. Tighten up the line. Cameras, let's move out.
Oh! Damn.
60 minutes to crown the 60th Super Bowl champ. Off we go.
Bro, did you see that? Bro, no, hold on. That was so quick. Bro, look at this, bro. What camera is this? Looks like an Ari. No, Sony. Yeah, so this is a Sony, like a Sony Venus. Bro, I would like to know what this little robot is. Damn. Sheesh.
60 minutes to crown the 60th Super Bowl champ. Off we go. From Santa Clara.
Damn. Yo, what was that?
Oh, from Santa Clara.
You're oh no. And guys, you know what the crazy thing is? So these are just cameras for the performance only, the halftime performance. So think about it. If they're using this for just 20 minutes performance, I mean, it's not small. I mean, hey, but they're using all this just for a 20-minute set. Imagine the kind of equipment that they're using for the actual game, bro. Bro. I
have 386 trees whose tunics are all open, and I have almost 140 people who now have to help them get into all of these tunics in the tunnel.
300 what?
Who now have these tunics are all open, and I have almost 140 people who now have to help them get in. I have 386 trees whose tunics are all open, and I have almost 140 people who now have to help them get into all of these tunics in the tunnel. We've got about 20 minutes.
No way. That's crazy.
Also, we've got to make sure that Benito's dressed properly, that Gaga's dressed properly, that Ricky Martin's dressed properly.
Right.
All of those small little things are all happening at the same time.
Walker back in the game. Through the hole on the right side. Pick up the 7 as we hit the 2-minute warning.
When you're in the 2-minute warning, it's not just 2 minutes that automatically go by.
All right, let's clear it out. We're moving up the line.
Often that 2 minutes can become 30 minutes.
This is
so
intense.
you're really keeping a handle on your adrenaline and your thoughts of what it is we're about to do. Well, there's monitors everywhere, so we're watching that. And then our stage managers are here at the beginning of the train, and we're just watching them, listening to those guys. They're in contact with folks upstairs that are looking at the official clock.
Please clear all cheer teams, because once we hit halftime, we're gonna have stuff coming from every tunnel.
It is like one of the scariest moments of your life. Because you've done all this prep, you've got into the day, and now all I'm thinking is the race to get everybody done.
We're going to start the train at 00. We may have to stop to let the coaches through at some point. I will be here to do so. Be prepared.
16 seconds. They've got the field goal team out there right now.
So what, we're going to do a field goal and a kickoff?
When you think about what happens at the end of the half of a football game, you have two teams that are moving very quickly to get to their locker rooms.
As they go into the lengthy halftime break.
And we're not going anywhere until those players are off the field and through their tunnels. That window of time, that moment of 60 seconds is probably the greatest pressure.
Before we're allowed to run out, it's dead silence.
Bad Bunny's in the house, and I tell you what, he's going to have a lot of people standing and screaming.
5, 4, 3.
3, 2, 1. Have a great show, guys. Here we go.
Move out.
Ooh, look at that, bro.
Good. Come on down.
The first things that come out are the 7 or 8 field cameras. So we can
Yo,
get
bro, nah. You guys gotta be serious, bro. That's a camera?
them on the field and get them lined up, powered up, cabled up.
No way.
Field camera.
Those are GoPros? Those GoPros?
The first things that come out are the 7 or 8 field cameras, so we can get them on the field and get them lined up, powered up, cabled up.
Wow. Oh wow.
We're rolling these
bro, that is a camera, bro. That's bro.
things out and just praying that it's gonna work in this.
This is the main guy right here. So this is Dylan. I don't know him, but he's the director of photography. He was the director of photography for that halftime show. So if you know what that is, you definitely know he's the main guy.
Moment. Whereas you might ordinarily build a show like this, you'd take about a week to make sure that everything was working properly. And we get 6 minutes.
Hey, take a look at 6. It looks a little...
Bro, 6 minutes to set up everything. I, myself as a solo videographer, bro, I need at least minimum 30 minutes just to set up my one camera setup, the lights and everything. At least minimum. On a serious production, I need about 30 minutes. Bro, and you have 6 minutes to set up this whole setup right here, this whole thing? No way.
Trying to resolve that one.
The complexity of doing that is just off the charts.
There is a limited window of time in which we get this done.
15, give it some gas, 15.
It is precision at its best. I almost in a way wish the audience at home could get to see the 8.5 minutes it takes to put this stage on.
8.5 minutes.
And all of a sudden, all the trees are starting to run out onto the field.
Make way for the trees!
We're doing a full perimeter check because now I've got to make sure costumes are down on the ground, everyone's hands are tucked in, trees know they got to be trees, no dancing to the beat of music. As much as they're all like, dun, 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 I'm like, stop it. So they're all firmly there, and we're just going through, telling them how amazing they are, reminding them to stay still. You got 2 minutes.
Beautiful.
Everybody's kind of getting psyched up and kind of trying to get into the headspace to be prepared to deliver at the absolute
I remember seeing that
of
guy
their skill set
on Instagram.
to the largest audience in the world.
And then you start to see everybody running off the field. And in that moment, now I've just got to sit back and let whatever's going to happen, happen. There's no do-over at halftime. It is one and done. Wow. You've got one chance to get this right.
Wow.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show.
Qué rico es el latino. ¡Hoy se ve!
So beautiful, bro. Wow. Wow.
There's so many challenges with bringing Puerto Rico to the field, but that initial shot was still designed to be a tone setter and to create an environment and a mood. The order was pretty tall for Sean on that because he had to navigate a literal crop maze that was not just the maze.
So Sean was the main cameraman, actually. Damn, that's crazy.
Itself, but was also populated by a number.
Ooh, bro, they had to set up the whole path, the whole camera path. That's insane. Oh man, dear Lord, bruh. One day I wish to be part of this whole thing, bro, because this is nice.
Cast and all of these little vignettes. We built a set and got it over to the offsite rehearsals. In those offsite rehearsals, we said, let's get the actual camera operators over here. And they can physically walk through the space, and the dancers can see where they are, and they can see where the dancers are, and help design the shot.
Bro, bro, when I say they nailed every single move, whew, bro.
So working out the timing, remembering that the people that are in those vignettes, for the most part, are real people who really do those jobs. Like, they had to practice how they get on, and then when they start going and, the camera's going to come past you, and then you immediately need to leave between those grass people over there. So it's about the interplay between performers, set pieces, and camera, and how that beautiful, very intricate dance is woven.
Then he makes his way through that field, and we find him, and we discover him on the roof of his casita.
The casita was an iconic piece of architecture that had become quite well known because Benito had just finished his residency in Puerto Rico where the casita appeared for the first time. So we wanted to include it in our set.
We see all the VIP guests on the porch of La Casita.
Nice.
And it was amazing people, you know, like Carol G, Young Miko, Jessica Alba, Pedro Pascal, Cardi B, like brilliant people.
Nice.
What people don't often realize is that we can't have logos all over everything. So we do lots and lots of logo checks.
You can't necessarily really ask them to just come to Santa Clara to rehearse. So we got those guests on the day in the tunnel right before we went on.
So then by the time we get to the tunnel, oh Lord, please tell me I'm not gonna have to like open the sticker book and put stickers all over Cardi because she's not gonna have it. And she came down in a beautiful logoless dress. Jessica, no logos.
Wow.
Everyone's good.
They gotta make sure they don't have logos around. That's insane.
So he's on top of La Casita and he needs to get down. And then I was like, oh my God, he should fall through the roof. Let's build it so that he can just fall through. And then just ask him, you know, are you down to fall through the roof? And he's like, yeah, sure.
And I'm like, well, where does he land? And we're like, well, don't worry, the camera won't see him. We'll go to a pre-tape.
Yo!
You see inside La Casita and that you're in this abuela's living room and the idea that you're watching the Super Bowl and then he's live in the Super Bowl and he falls into the living room of people who are watching the Super Bowl.
Bro, no, bro. This was genius. No way. So that was the pre-take? Guys, I hope you guys have watched the actual performance because, bro, if you have watched it, bro, this is mind-blowing. Bro, people are geniuses. Bro, they are geniuses out here, man. No way. What? Oh.
Time show live.
Once he gets down underneath the stage, there's a costumer there and she puts dirt on his shoulder.
And that was really only, I think, a 9-second pre-tape. So he had 9 seconds to do all of that action.
Wow.
So when he comes out and he dusts his shoulder off, you know, a little movie magic.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was beautiful. No. Bro. Yeah. No.
Buenas tardes, California. Mi nombre es Benito Antonio Martínez Ocasio. Y si hoy estoy aquí en el Super Bowl 60, es porque nunca.
Early on, the creative team was leaning towards this idea of the double dolly shot, which Spike Lee had popularized it on a number of his films, creating this kind of dreamy sensation that he's not walking, but he's floating. We built like a rickshaw design and got it over to the offsite rehearsals. So at a choreographed moment, Sean gets into position and then Benito walks up and steps onto it and then everybody moves in concert. Wow. It took some time getting it right. I will say the one time that it was perfect was our show.
Wow.
Nunca dejes de creer en mí. Tú también deberías de creer en ti.
And suddenly we're in front of an actual wedding.
Oh, wow, so that was a real wedding?
We had this idea that we wanted to do a wedding, and then when we went to San Juan, there was a specific building by the ocean where people actually get married. And Benito was like, oh, I think we should base it off of this piece of architecture.
Harriet and team showed us what it looked like, and they drew it for us, and we worked with the set shops to build a replica of that location.
Wow.
Wherever you go, that's where I'll follow. Nobody's promised tomorrow. So I will love you every night like it's the last night. Like it's the last night.
The wedding was like obviously a celebration, and we're able to incorporate people of different ages, dancers, cast, musicians, obviously Gaga. It was a pinnacle moment. We wanted it to feel grand. We wanted it to be big. One time, I think Bruce asked me, how many people are on the wedding? And I think I replied with like 87, which is like a lot for a stage.
Working with all those people and working with like where they moved in the spacing with the camera, like at the right moment was really tricky.
Creative team was leaning toward this idea of if you're at a party and you're walking around, like that was what it should feel like.
Oh, that's why it was filmed handheld, because the actual thing was handheld, and I kept on thinking like, why didn't they use like a gimbal? But man, it was about the feeling itself, bro. That's crazy.
It was important for Benito to capture the elements of a wedding. Weddings are relatable around the world. Whether you're dancing around in a wedding or your son is sleeping by the chair because it's just going for too long. And so we make sure that all that kind of journey and all these little moments were captured on camera.
The couple couldn't actually believe that, like, the song that was going to be their first dance, like, they were going to have Benito sing at their wedding.
Never forget.
We talked about the power lines really from the beginning as an important part of the show. There's a power issue in Puerto Rico that needs kind of urgent attention. There's like almost daily power outages.
And for us, it was about bringing authenticity. We needed to make sure that those power lines look real, right? And so if you drive around Puerto Rico, if you drive around Mexico City, if you drive around El Salvador, you can find power lines that look just like that.
Oh, wow.
We walked into the rehearsal and you got the stunt coordinator, safety guy, this and that. So I go, let me climb the pole to get a vibe, because then I'll tell him, hey, it's comfortable, it's not, do this, do that, or what have you. So they put the harness on me. I came down the pole, and I told them, he's not gonna wear the harness. I picked up the phone, I called the manager, and I go, hey, start calling the lawyers.
They had to get a waiver that said that he took
Nah, bro. Is it Roy? Is it Troy? He's stubborn, bro. He's the boss. I understand he's the boss, but he's stubborn, bro. No way.
full responsibility for anything that happened on the power line.
He doesn't like heights, but
just
then
like me.
he'll do it. He wants to be flexible and he wants to be able to perform and he wants to just go for it.
Wow.
So then we go into the final part of the show and we see the whole design and we see 330 people dancing and huge scale.
God bless America!
It was a symbolism of joy, obviously, and communities coming together.
Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras.
And we wanted to celebrate that moment.
And that's all him delivering his message about what is America. You know, together we are America.
Wow.
And it was beautiful and it was powerful.
A my motherland, mi patria, Puerto Rico. Seguimos aquí.
And instead of it being like, and here's the end of the Super Bowl, and everyone hits a pose, it was like, okay, we've finished, fireworks.
Wow.
Now let's just like celebrate together.
Ahora sí.
Wow.
The moment we're off air,
All cameras done, all cameras done.
I mean,
Job done.
It's a huge celebration.
Man. Wow.
Off the field! Everybody off the field! Off the field!
I just cried and I was like, he did it.
But the job isn't done yet.
Everyone did it. Everyone did incredibly, like how beautiful, and then just being like stampeded by the plant people.
Wow.
It was full pandemonium, and my staff understood the assignment. Like they were picking up any tiny little bits of grass that were there.
I never in my life realized that these grass costumes will become a cultural moment.
Money, baby!
The the key to executing and making that halftime show a success is the team. We came with a purpose. We came together as a team, and we pulled it off. Everybody.
Bro, this was beautiful, bro. Question for you guys. How much do you think this whole thing costed?
This whole family that comes together, it's just super special. And you really want to pull off a spectacle because our reputation is to do something great.
These guys are the gold standard. They really are at what they do. And I don't think I've ever worked with a group of individuals who care so deeply about everything.
We made it! Months of work for just a few minutes.
It's an obscene amount of work. It's easily one of the hardest shows I do all year long. But what an incredible job I have that I get to be a part of this thing.
This is one of the greatest honors of my life. I feel so humbled and so grateful to have been allowed to be part of this.
We felt very humble, but we also felt proud of what we achieved. You know, the world needs more dancing, and the world needs more love and more togetherness. Let's keep loving each other and let's keep dancing. This is part of life, and let's just keep going. Let's not stop now.
Oh, that was nice. That was beautiful, bro. Hey, and that's the end of it. If you guys liked this reaction video and you'd like to watch a lot of behind the scenes reaction videos, please guys, let me know. Like this video, share it, comment, please, 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 please comment. And yeah, man, with that being said, stay locked in.